Hey there, this is Mark Porter, and welcome to Chapter 1 of Project Gravel Race. What the heck is that? Uh, well, a while back, as you know, Becky and I got two e-bikes, and we've really enjoyed the heck out of riding our e-bikes, and um, kind of brings back memories when I used to ride fairly competitively on mountain biking when I was a younger guy, and just really kind of, I guess, realized how much I enjoyed riding. And so I tended to kind of follow some of the things online that's going on with bicycle racing and stuff like that, and found out about this thing called gravel racing. And they actually have a national and global circuit of what's called gravel racing, and they race on gravel roads. It's like normal road bike racing, like you see in the Tour de France, but it's on gravel, and has various different places where it goes in and out of, like single track trails in the mountains, and then comes back out on the road. So some of it's paved, a lot of it's gravel, and anyway, so they have a whole circuit up in Wisconsin that are of races that and Minnesota, which tends to be the two. Minnesota tends to be the two hotbeds for gravel racing up in this area. So got to looking into it, and there's various races throughout the state. Well, I thought, well, it'd be kind of fun to see if I could do it. So they have a race called Hungry Bear Gravel Race, and it's in Cable, Wisconsin, and it's in May of every year. And they have age categories, all the way from 10 years old all the way up to as old as you want to get. But anyway, my age category would be 60 to 69. But found out there's a whole bunch of gentlemen that are in that age category that ride that race. So I thought, well, I'm a former really good athlete, former competitive bike rider. And so what would it take for me to do that? Well, then I found out, not to make this a huge story, but found out that there's certain bikes that they use called gravel bikes. And that intrigued me. So I started looking into that to see what the heck they were. And gravel bikes basically are sort of a hybrid between a mountain bike and a road bike. And it's a very unique build of a bike that they have. So I got to looking at this Hungry Bear ride, which is the first of the year, first one out of the gate in the new year in May, and found out that they have 3 races: a 30-mile, a 60-mile, and a 100-mile. And the 100-mile is really the pro elite ones that, those guys are nuts. But I thought, you know what? It'd be kind of fun to do a 60-mile. So kind of went in to this thinking, wonder if I could actually make it. So then got to thinking, yeah, I'd really kind of like to see if I could do the 60-mile, just as kind of like anybody trains for a marathon or a triathlon or anything like that, just to kind of see, if you can just finish, to go, compete, finish, see what you can do. So I thought, man, that would be so much fun to do that. Then I found out the price of gravel bikes. You buy a gravel bike on the open market, and they can start at $3,000, $4,000 and go all the way up to $10,000. So, if you really want to buy a customized bike, it's or a bike like that, you're putting in a heavy investment. Either that, or if you're going to ride 60 miles, you got to have a bike that's going to withstand the beating it's going to take on gravel roads and everywhere else for 60 miles. So that's why they have these special types of hybrid builds. Long story short, decided I really wanted to kind of compete in that 60-mile race called the Snacking Bear 60. And then got to think, well, how in the heck am I going to get a bike? And I thought, you know what? What would really be cool is if I built a bike and then raced on it. This is how Mark's mind works sometimes, for those of you who don't know me well. My wife is always saying, how did you come up with this idea? And I don't know. It's just what pops into my head. So anyway, I started looking for bikes, found out even used bikes, expensive. And then I saw on YouTube these channels on there that people are taking old mountain bike frames and building gravel bikes with them. And I thought, that's what I want to do. So I watched about 147 of those videos, watched every detail, looked at everything I could possibly find on building gravel bike, and started into this journey. So I found, first frame I found was an old Trek 830, and it literally couldn't get the seat post out. I'm still trying, but it just became it was killing me trying to get the seat post out because it was rusted. So then I tried a couple other frames. Then I found this frame right here, which is basically an old Trek. It's an old Trek 2012 Wagyu Gary Fisher edition. So it was kind of an introductory intermediate mountain bike back in 2012 for Trek. Not terribly expensive, but not cheap either. But anyway, I went, ironically, when I went to get a frame, another frame that I wanted from this guy in Appleton, he said, hey, I got this other frame here if you want it. Take it. I was just going to throw it away. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. No, don't know. So the other one that I actually bought from him for 40 bucks was the one that I couldn't get the seat post out of. This is the one he gave me for free. And it ended up being the one that is most awesome and the one I'm using. So you never know how. See, I'm already starting out with a positive note. So I took this thing. I'm going to put in this video here what it looked like when I started. And where it is today. Basically, I sanded the holy heck out of this. I put a primer coat on. I put 2 coats of what's called earthy green paint on. And then these customized stickers here, the Trek logo, the American flag, and then this, my beautiful wife made these for me. It's GRVL for gravel. It's that, and then over here, I don't know if you can see this, but it's MP Custom Bike Works, and that's kind of what I'm calling myself. Just so anybody is saying, who are you? MP Custom Bike Works. Kind of a cool name, kind of a cool logo. I don't know if you can see that. So anyway, I have now put the stickers and the decals on, and I am having so flippin' much fun with this project. You would never know. And so anyway, next step now is to take this thing, and I have this thing called 2K Clear Coat by SprayMax, and it's all the rage out there right now. And it like puts a clear coat like your car on, but you can get it in this can, and it basically will seal out this entire bike so that it nothing will get to the letters and stuff. So that's the next step, and I will be posting another chapter of that, and I am going to post chapters all the way up to the ride, my training, just to kind of have fun with this. So appreciate you watching. Kind of corny, but I'm having fun with it, and I assume I'm going to put a bunch of chapters in this from building the bike all the way up to training, all the way up to the ride itself, which should be really exciting, and maybe even videos during the ride and afterwards to see if I'm still alive and if I made it. So anyway, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining, and see you on chapter 2.